Welcome in all my friends to Sparkle Haven at Crystal Cove. My name is Lazy Retired Granny, and I'll be your hostess for about the next hour while we sit and diamond paint and gab and see what you guys have been up to. So today is Friday, the 21st of March, 2025, and the time is 8:57 a.m. here in stormy Salem, Oregon. Yeah, we've got rain. We've got dark clouds. We've got wind. Yeah, and it is cold. So I put on my heavy sweatshirt this morning because I was really cold. So beside me I have my hot caffeinated breakfast blend coffee with hazelnut creamer. And oh my gosh, I forgot to do the wax lamp. Hold on. Okay, we are going to do Tiny Dancer cake batter, blackberry jam butter cookies, cotton candy, and jelly donuts. Okay, we'll see what that aroma is. Okay, so let me have some coffee here. So let me update you. So I had 3 partials that I was going to do because I was ahead in my Chuckalong canvas. So this is the next one that I started. And this is from the canvases that our diamond daughter Rebecca sent to me months ago, and I'm still making my way through them. Oh, there's our music. Sorry, it stopped. All right, let me back it up. Alrighty, that was long, wasn't it? So yeah, 9 o'clock. Alrighty, so yeah, so I have not worked on Pinson for 2 days because I had to wait for today. But I'm going to finish this before I go back to Chuck over here. And let me show you. Let me move things out of the way. So this is what I have left. Yeah. And we still have what, let's see, today's the 21st. We still have 10 days. So yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm sure I'm going to be ahead again. So my next one that I'll kind of be doing, you know, so I don't finish early, will be one of those framed canvases that we got from Hobby Lobby from the spring shop. Okay, so I'm doing 4s. I had to remember, what in the world was I doing? Okay. So yeah, I'm making my way across her back now. This has 22 colors, and it's a partial, but no special drills or shapes or anything like that. Yeah, so this morning I was visiting with Ross over at Smells Like Yarn. I watched a couple of his videos, but I don't want to, I'm backtracking on them to when the last one that I watched. So I'm to September now. And then I wanted to watch and visit with V. She did Whip and Chat. She was kidding up. And yes, I watched that. Or I visited with her. She was kitting up and I was diamond painting. Tomorrow's her live, so don't forget that. 7 o'clock a.m. my time, which is Pacific Standard Time. I think it's like 9 o'clock her time. I don't know. I can't keep track of all these different time zones. So while this is uploading, yep, I have the opportunity today, this morning, to do a thorough vacuuming. Ah! Yep, you saw it here first. I spilled some drills. Where does that go? It's, yeah, so today, this morning, while this is uploading, do I have any other drills gone anywhere? I guess I'll find them later. And then mop the floors. I like to listen to music from the 50s. Well, I prefer the music from the 40s, but I could put that on here, but I just have Google do it for me. Yep, so I listen to music while I'm sing along, dance along while I'm mopping. Yeah, and then what else am I going to do? Oh, I'm making juicy hamburgers for my lunch dinner today because I'll tell you in a minute. But yeah, so I'm going to be making it my way. I love the hamburgers from Burger King. And those are my favorites. But yesterday, okay, so here's what happened yesterday. So when I called the vet's office and I said I was concerned about Ellie's growth thing on her leg, and I said I didn't want to wait for the vet to look at it, till next month when she goes in for a 6-month comprehensive. I wanted him to check it out now, and that's all she was going in for. So they told me I could come in Thursday, and, they would work her in. And then they called me yesterday to remind me of the appointment. And I said, is this a drop-off appointment? And they said, yes. I said, well, is it going to take very long? And he said, well, it can take anywhere from 2 hours until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And seriously? And all they're doing is looking at that. That's her appointment. And if they want to have it tested, just draw it out and, send it in. That's all you're doing. Why does she have to be there that long? And he said, well, they have other appointments, and they, depends whether any emergencies come in, yada, yada, yada. So, okay, her appointment was at 11:15. And they said, well, the later appointments, they're in line after, these other people that have appointments. So we get to the vet's office. I go in, and the check-in person says, well, do you have a time frame? And I says, well, I'd like to pick her up within 2 hours, because she is a bit of a scaredy dog, anxiety and whatnot. So I really don't want to leave her too long. It says, I don't have a room appointment, which I thought that's what we would have. The vet would, come in, and I'd show my concerns, blah, blah, blah. All right, so he says, well, we'll try our best. Okay. So I ran up to Hobby Lobby, which is just down the road a ways. And oh my goodness, their shelves were bare of diamond paintings. Nothing. And so I did look at those statues. I thought about getting one, and then I thought, no. I looked at the instructions, and it's like, no, I don't want to be doing that. Because apparently, what you do is they give you some glue, and then you take your drill, you dip it in the glue, and then you put it on the statue. Well, it didn't look like the statue had any guidance to it, like a diamond painting does. I thought, no, that's not for me. I'm not going to do it. Because I'm not any good at that type of thing. I'm not good at freehanding. So I walked out of the store with nothing. So I thought, well, that didn't take me very long, so I'll just go over to TJ Maxx and see if they have any crafting stuff, because I really wasn't for sure. And now I think I've only been in TJ Maxx once, and that was a super duper long time ago. I don't know. Maybe it would have been better if I was with somebody and went into the store, but yeah, I walked around, and the store was too confusing to me. So I walked out empty-handed, and I didn't see any diamond paintings. However, I don't know. I guess the stuff in back could maybe be clearance item, but they didn't seem like a good clearance price to me, what I consider clearance. So yeah, and of course it's Storm and Norman outside and blah blah blah. So then I decided I'm getting kind of hungry, and I would say it's around noonish at this time. So I went back down towards where the vet's at, and they haven't called me, nothing. So I thought, well, I'll give them a little bit more time. So I still had that gift card from not Burger King, the other Dairy Queen. It's the Queen. And I thought, well, I'll just stop in and get something. Oh my gosh, their prices are so expensive. And I kind of wanted a meal, and they're usually when I go in there, I get a chicken meal, but I wanted a hamburger. Well, the only meal I saw with the hamburger was just a regular hamburger with fries and a drink, and then I guess you got a sundae with it too. Well, you did. I didn't know that. I said, well, that's what I want, $7. So she says, well, what kind of flavor sundae would you want? And I said, oh, well, I didn't know it came with the sundae, and I was all flustered, and I get flustered when it gets out of my comfort zone. So anyway, so I got caramel. And so, I'm sorry, I'm looking for 4s. So anyway, I got my meal. I went back up to the vet's office and was sitting there and in the parking lot, and I ate my lunch. And I figure, if they call me, I'm right there. I can go right in and get Ellie. So I ate my lunch, and they still didn't call me. So I'm sitting there. Well, I fell asleep. Not for very long. I just took a little cat nap. Well, then I sat there some more, and still nothing. So about 2 o'clock, I went in, and I said, I'm here just to check on Ellie, how's she doing? And the gal says, well, let me go see. And she says, oh, the vet's going to look at her now. And it's like, all right, she's been here 3 hours in a cage. And he hasn't even looked at her yet. So I just sat in there and waited and waited and waited. Finally, the vet came out, and he said, well, and Ellie had gained 5 pounds. So, yeah, now she's a 90-pound dog. So, let's see, where's my 5? So, he comes out with a slide, a little slide thing, and he said, well, he looked at that growth under the microscope, and he said, see that kind of like an oil slick? And he said, it's just a fat cell. I can't remember the name of the word. It escapes me, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And he said, yeah, I think it's just her fat cells. And I go, well, is that because she's gained 5 pounds? And he said, oh, she gained weight? And I said, yeah. And he asked me about her feeding, and he said, I'm feeding her too much. Well, the instructions say she should get 4 cups. And anyway, he said, no, she should only be getting, maybe 3. So I said, well, she's on the weight management. And he said, well, there's probably, 300 cups per serving. That's 1,200 calories. Plus, I told him, she gets a little chicken on the top because that's the only way I can get her to take her medicine. So, I don't know. He just didn't seem too concerned about her weight. But I said, okay, well, I'll reduce it down. So, and then I had him go ahead and trim her nails because, one-stop shopping. It doesn't stress her out as much. So anyway, they told me to begin with that if they had to give a sample and send it off, and with her nails, it was, I don't know, $200 and some dollars, I don't know. I said, okay, well, whatever you have to do. And so now she has an appointment next month for her 6-month comprehensive exam. Well, so that, what I told you with the vet, that's the extent of our conversation. So, anyway, they brought her out, and I took her to the car, put her in the car, went back in to take care of the bill, and even with my discount, because of her pet plan, wow, I got a discount on trimming her nails, and that was $20. I couldn't believe it. Well, then, because they did that, they, took some stuff out, but they looked at it there in office under the microscope and whatnot. That was, my bill was only $135, so that was good. So anyway, of course, I have to pay for that. I get a discount, but I still have to pay for it. It's like a, 20% discount. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm bringing her in next month, for her comprehensive exam. I'll get that other medicine that I need then. So oh, let me get back to the hamburger. So when I was eating my hamburger, it's this little hamburger and a little fry and a little drink. The sundae was good. I couldn't quite figure out why they put the caramel on the bottom and then the ice cream on the top. So I had to dig around for the caramel to put on the ice cream. But anyway, that hamburger did not hit the spot with me. Because it was a plain hamburger. So, and they didn't even give me a straw for my drink. So anyway, so I get in the car. Ellie's all excited, she's kissing me, and she just wants to go home. It's pouring down rain, blah, blah, blah. Well, we get home, and I can't remember what time it was we finally got home. But anyway, so I'm looking at her bill, and it says on there that they did a comprehensive exam. Well, on her pet plan, she only gets 2 a year. And this was her second one. And then it said something about a dewormer. And it's like, why did they give her a dewormer? That makes no sense. And also it said that they added in her 6-pack of her flea meds, heartworm, all that. And it's like, well, they didn't give that to me. What? Did they give me the wrong stuff here? What's going on? So I called the vet's office, and I said, I'm a little bit confused. Ellie just came in to have that growth looked at, not her comprehensive exam. She's got an appointment for next month. And it said they gave her a dewormer, and I said, we did not get the 6-pack of her medicine. And plus it says it was a comprehensive exam. And no, we're not going outside, Ellie. Go put my shoe back. So she said, oh, the doctor went ahead and did her comprehensive exam now. Well, if I hadn't have called, I would have showed up for her comprehensive exam next month, only to be told she'd already had it done. I said, well, that's why she went ahead. She was due for the dewormer. Well, that's next month. And they usually, on her dewormer, they send it home with me. So, I don't know. This vet does something different. So, I said, well, I didn't get her 6-pack of medicine. And she said, okay, well, just come in. And when you come in, because you didn't bring a stool sample, Ellie, go put my shoe back. Oh, she's giving her secret message, but she wants to go walking outside, and it's pouring down rain, so we're going to have to wait till it stops raining. But she says, well, yeah, and we need a poop sample. Well, I know that. I always have to bring in a poop sample during her comprehensive exam, but this was not a comprehensive exam. So now, yeah, I got to stop in there, get her meds, give him a poop sample. And I said, well, did he check her ears and teeth and all that? Because I did not get a report. And I like to have an in-room appointment during her comprehensive exams. So she read the report and she says, yeah, he did all that. Well, I don't know. She was fibbing to me or what. So, yeah, I wasn't too happy about that. She's a senior dog. I want to talk to the vet. And especially since she's gained weight, I would have liked to have had a conversation about it, and he didn't, because when I said, well, she gained 5 pounds, he goes, oh, she did? Well, I've never seen this vet before. He's never seen Ellie, so I don't know. But anyway, so she doesn't have to go back until August when she has her teeth cleaning. So that is that story. Yeah. So, yep, when they send me the little survey thing, you know what I'm going to be saying. I asked when I was checking out, I said, is this vet newly hired, or, what's going on? They go, oh, no, we borrowed him from another office in another city. I don't know. They cannot keep vets. He said they have 3 or 4 vets, but this one's leaving and, going to another office. I don't know. I think they just float around. Yeah, if they had a pet plan at other places that's like her pet plan that she has, I'd probably choose, you know, go to another vet, but the problem with that is they usually don't cover pre-existing conditions. And she has a lot of pre-existing conditions. So like if she got an ear infection, it probably wouldn't cover it because she's had ear infections before. And she's got her lumps and bumps, and it probably wouldn't cover any of that. And yeah. I tell you, yeah. I mean, I have confidence in the vets. It just gets confusing when you go in there. What in the world are they doing, you know? All right, so this morning I took a picture of my progress on Chuck and got it posted. Now, I did look through the postings, and that was about 9, or, you know, about 8:30 or so, about 8:45. And I did see some of yours. You already got yours in. Margie, I did not see yours yet. So let me know when you post it, and then I'll go back in and look at that. And anybody else that doesn't have Facebook and they're emailing Mindy, I can go in and look for you. Make sure it's in there. Yeah, today is the end of week 3, so make sure you get your updates in. And then next week will be the week 4, and then finishes. So I'll probably go in like on Friday and post my update, and then I'll post my completion. Because I want to be put into every single drawing that they have. I'm hoping one of us gets a prize. That would be nice, wouldn't it? And I have decided I am going to do the next Chuckalong in September. I just got to decide which one I want to do. Well, I got a lot of 5s, so let's go in. Oh dear, I didn't even get my reader out. Okay, got my reader. And we'll see if we have any emails in here. We'll fire this up. Okay, we made it. Maybe. Taking its time. Rather. Okay, let's see what we got in here. Had to have it. All right. Now I'm waiting for it on my computer. All right, here we go. Oh. Dreamer. What have you got? Spreading happiness worldwide. Happy International Day of Happiness. That was yesterday. All right. All right. First up is Jewels. Oh, my goodness. Good she did. She says, "Hi, Granny and villagers. I received my perpetual calendar from GBFKE, and here it is. I just love it." Yes, I did one of those too. Those are so nice. I like yours. Yeah. Very nice. I'm glad you got that. Okay. Garbage. Have to have it. Susan D. Susan, I did see your name in the page. This is beautiful. I may have to get this because this is just turning out beautiful. I passed it by, and yeah, I might have to get that. Isn't that beautiful? She says, "Happy spring. I hope everything went well at the vet's for Ellie. I was thinking of you both and sending out positive thoughts. Here's my week 3 update on the Chuckalong. I really should have no problem finishing it this weekend. In the meantime, I'm doing a few off-canvas diamond art projects to welcome spring. Sending hugs, Susan D." Yeah, we still have 10 days. Don't finish it too early. I'm really interested to see this part right here completed. I had heard rumors that you couldn't see that very well, but maybe it's fine. Or you couldn't tell what it was, so I'm really curious to get your input. That is beautiful. I love it. So once you get this completed, yeah, I may have to go check that out. Okay, what's next here? Have to have it. Cindy Chanel, is that how you say your last name? Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. That's cute. She says, "Here is my DAC completion for March. I did a mailbox to go with my completed cottage at 228 Bentley Drive. Look at all those canvases that are being delivered. That's what some of your mailboxes look like, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Wow. Okay, let me go over. Let me move this a little bit. turn this off. Sorry about that. You guys can look at that while I get the book out. Cindy. I'll have to turn on the light. It's so dark in here. What did I do with it? There it is. All right, Cindy. All right, Cindy, let me get your stuff in here. All right, so we got Cindy C, and she says her address is 228 Bentley. And remember, these are pretend addresses. All right, got you in, Cindy. Now, Cindy, do we know if you're a sister or a daughter? Cindy C. I'm looking through our list. So, and remember, you're a sister if you were born before 1970. There you are, Cindy C. You're on the list. You are a daughter or son. This could be, all right, a sister or a brother. Daughter or a son if you're born between 1971 and 1991. You're a grandchild if you were born 1992 to present. All right, you're on there. You're official. All right, let's continue on here. Okay. That is so cute, though. All right. Becky H. And Becky, I do believe I saw your picture in there also. Oh, she is, yes, I said, what's the name of that canvas? And she said, sorry, Granny, as I thought I had given the name. It is Christmas in Town Square. It is retired, and I got it last year. Also, I originally started this back then, but other projects came up, and the section I was working on, 4 sections on left side, was Confetti Central. So I put it up. Then the Chuckalong gave me a great reason to start it up again. Yeah, I did, I was asking Tita about it, and she found it and told me, because I think that is beautiful. And I was really bummed that that was retired. Yeah, so I'm going to look for it on maybe a D-stash. I guess there was one on there, but they sold it in January. All right, Teresa K. Another finish. Oh, does this scream spring or what? Look at that. Wow. Now, is this isn't, is this one that you got from the spring shop? I don't remember seeing that one, but that's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at those colors. You need your sunglasses on. Let me know. Wow. Alrighty. Peggy B. She said, just started my wolf canvas from Diamond Dots that I got from Walmart for $9.88. Did a whip and chat and put it in the special drills in his feathers. Wow. That's really pretty. I didn't know it had special drills. I might have to get that one too. You guys are such influencers. All right, next. Let's see, do we have any more? What the heck? Oh, ew. Let me put you on pause. I need to figure this out. Okay, I am back. All right, this is from Benji. Isn't this pretty? Wow. She said, this is my wings that I submitted to Tita's event. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? Oh, I love the blues. All those special shapes in there. Absolutely beautiful. Lois would like this one. She likes bees too. Gorgeous. Okay. Up next is Anita. Oh, wow. Whoa. She says, here are my update for Chuckalong. 1 row left to go next week. My next one is Sunday morning in the spring for the Nikki B event. Have a nice day. Love from Anita. Wow. Absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Wow. Oh, she's going to do this one for the Nikki B. That's a huge one. Yeah. Nice and long. It's got the church, lighthouse, the cobblestone bridge. I think I have this one too. Gazebo, swans. Oh my goodness. The lighthouse house. The book I'm reading right now, this gal bought this old lighthouse and she's turning part of it into a bakery. to sell stuff. And of course there's a murder and, you know, it's a cozy mystery. Yeah. And and it's overseas somewhere where she's at. And when I'm reading this story, I see in my mind's eye, I'm seeing villages like what I love. I can just envision them from the canvases, what's going on. That is beautiful. I am so excited for next month. I can hardly wait to start our Nickies. Oh my goodness, yes. Julie. She says, I hope Ellie's vet appointment went well. 6 sections to go for the next week. I love the way it's turning out. I wanted to get a bit ahead for the next week since I will be at Dad's this weekend and won't get to diamond paint much. Hope all is well with everyone. Have a great weekend. Pets to Ellie, hugs to you. Have a perfect day. This canvas, you just cannot see it enough. Just gorgeous. And I love the water in this and how the reflections, of the cabin here. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. And you get those mountains and those trees just really make everything pop in this. This is a gorgeous canvas also. Okay. So that is it for that part. So let's get over to our gab session because I gabbed a lot today. So I'm running a little bit behind here, but that's okay. That's okay. We got all day to gab. All right. First up is going to be our whip and chat from yesterday. Miss Bell, she says, hey there, looks awesome. And Denise Hudson, hi Linda, love the fairy and her dress is very pretty. Hope Ellie's appointment went well. Take care. And she's doing good today. She ate her chicken, but not her 1 cup of food, so she can't be too hungry. Yeah, we'll see how she does on this new plan of action. Margie, that's a very pretty partial. Love the colors in her dress. Watching in the evening, so I hope all went well with Ellie. Hugs. Oh, I didn't even show this to you. I completed that one, and then I started this and finished it. Yep. So another one done. All right, so let's bring this back over here so you have something to stare at. Denise Hudson, hi Linda, thanks for the gab session. Your painting is looking great. Take care. Hope things went good for Ellie. Okay, let's see what else we got in here. January, the fairy is so pretty. She looks just like one of my tattoos, except my colors are turquoise, sea green, and lavender. Hope everything goes well with our Ellie girl. And Diana Webb, Bella Art D. Nicole previewed a new 3D diamond painting pen that is hollow and will work with the vacuuming pen. Oh, well, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to be making more of those. And then Denise Hudson said, oh, Linda, don't be stressed about the mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. You went and showed how well it works for ABs and the special drills of all sizes. I hope you can get some sleep. Take care. Yeah, I'm doing okay on that. Still haven't heard back from them yet, so. Oh, well. Diamond painting with Mike. Hi, Linda. The dress, very pretty colors, well done on a grapevine. I love how the background is a sea blue. It brings the dress colors out more. What is Ross' channel? I will have to check it out. He could always put all comments into review. That's what I do. So comments have to be approved by me first. I also won't allow any people that have no content, as half the time it's a fake account. It is great for controlling the spam. I have a cow very similar to that. Well done on a lovely find. It will certainly be very pretty once done. Wow, the birds are gorgeous. The tree is lovely. Reminds me of a bonsai tree. Kathy G painting is gorgeous. I agree. So pretty, and I love the icy vibe to it. With the silvers and whites, you could always get like a sofa through for the car. Great whip and chat. See you on the next one. LOL. Say hi to Ellie for me. Okay. Yeah, and there are people that do shut off comments. And, you know, I guess if you want to comment, you go over to his other social medias. I'm just glad he's back on YouTube. Yeah. And I did post the link for him. Jules, I can't wait to try the vacuum pen. I just ordered the starry cat design. Well, I have to tell you, as a single placer, I love it. Now, it's going to be great for the ABs, special shapes, special drills. Yeah, it's going to be great for that. For the regular canvases, you know, stuff, I think I'll continue using, just because I want to use my pens. But it's great for those, so yeah. So yeah, Jules, let me know what you think of it. Diamond painting with Candace. Hi, Granny. Another great gab session. I hope Ellie doesn't get too stressed out with her appointment. I need to make an appointment for my cat to get her nails trimmed also. Well, I kitted up my Nikki canvas. I am missing the whole bag of 950s. Uh-oh. I don't have that many in my extra drills. I contacted Dreamer. They said to do all I can do, and then they will send the drills when finished the rest. Hopefully it will all come together nicely. Have a great day. Hugs to you and Ellie. 950s. Yeah, I don't save my drills. In fact, yesterday in the mail, I got my pack of drills. Oops, you saw my address. Oops, sorry. I got my pack of drills. I forget you saw that, okay? Because I don't know how to edit that out. And I'm not redoing this video. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, I know none of you will stalk me anyway, so. And it was just a flash, so you didn't see it, and you can't stop the video, right? You just got to continue on. Anyway, they sent me these drills that I thought I was missing in my chuck, which I wasn't missing because I was doing it wrong. And yeah, so this came very quickly. I got, of course, you don't know how many drills you need for that, but I got mine from Diamond Drills USA. And it took about a week to get me, but I paid $1.25 for the drills and $4 for shipping. So, yeah. And no, I am not opening them. I can't remember what color it is. I mean, I will because I have it right here. So, mine is, what was I missing? Color 40, which is, where's my thing? There it is. Not the color you need. Mine, 3824. Yep, so that'll just go in my arsenal over here, and yeah, yeah, we'll see. What Nikki are you doing, Candace? Yeah, we're gonna. I could look in my book. Never mind. I'll look in my book because I don't have it memorized. All right, Jules. Nap time 2 hours later. LOL, Granny. That happens to me too. Yeah, I can even sleep in my car waiting for Ellie. Jess Diamond Paints. It's just a matter of time until someone designs a multi-placing e-painter pen. I would assume that more suction would be required and a tip that distributes the suction evenly. Looking forward to see what they come up with. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be something people want. We'll see. Just Diamond Paints. Yes, that's correct. You get to post week 4 and then a finished picture. If you don't finish it, you only post the week 4 progress. Well, we're all going to finish it, right? Finish isn't required, but if you do, you get an extra point for 6 chances in the drawing. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. If you don't finish, then you get 5 chances in the prize drawings, assuming that you posted a start pick and 4 progress picks. Yep, I'm right on track. So, did you hear that, Margie? Okay, let's do a refresh. All right, this is going to be the product review I did from GBFKE of the pen and that Christmas Village type thing. Is it Sharon? I always get this one wrong. Dusenberry. Just wanted to know if you could hear me. No, that's a 3-placer, not the single one. Yes, I was jumping up and down, but you couldn't hear me. Maybe next time. By the way, I love the pen and the beautiful house, Sandra. You know, sometimes I hear these voices screaming at me. Oh. Okay, and then January said, oh, what a pretty pen, and the house is so cute. Thanks for sharing. And Beth 112453 says, love the Christmas Village. Beautiful. Thanks for sharing. It is. Even though my lights didn't work at the end, hopefully my son can figure out what I did. I'm sure it's user error. Jewel said, oh boy, look at the sparkly pen. It's official. Granny hoards pens, LOL. I think we need a club for diamond painting pen addicts, LOL. Oh, you're so right. We would all be on that list, right? What a beautiful project. Yeah, I'm beginning to like my pens. Christine Heckman, love the pen. And that house, I love that little house. Very sparkly and pretty great review. And a pretty great review. Hugs to you and Ellie. Have a blessed day. Yeah, that house I thought was going to be more complicated to put together, but it was easy peasy. Julie S. Love the Christmas nightlight. Thanks for showing it completed. Pretty pin. Nice metal tips too. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And Denise Hudson, thanks for the total review. The house is really nice. Love the pin. Kathy P says that house is adorable. Thanks for sharing. Even if I did something to make the lights not work, even if you would put a light behind it, it would still be sparkly and pretty. Let's see. Now we're going to go to Have to Have It Wednesday. Denise Hudson. She says, everyone's hauls are so nice. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, there was some good hauls. And we have one more from Denise, and it says, oh, this is on the fan sales corrected video. Oh, thanks for the new video. Too bad about not able to use other pens, but it's very cool. And it would be good for ABs. You are correct. All right. Let's do a refresh. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Woo! What a good gap session. Ooh, I enjoyed that. All right. With that, I'm going to let you go. Make sure you comment down below so we have something to gab about tomorrow. And share your picks, your have-to-have-its for next Wednesday. And they can be any have-to-have-its no matter where you buy it at. It doesn't, it can be Joann's or Hobby Lobby or Amazon or Temu. It doesn't matter. We just want you to share what you're purchasing for the week. Yeah, don't forget to post today your progress in the Chuckalong over on Mindy's Facebook page. I think that's it. So, make sure you count your blessings. Be blessed. Give blessings and have a blessed day. And I will jibber jabber with you all later.